Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Louis Carlin. We're right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. And before we get started with New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 16 preview and predictions, I want to give a shout out to some of our newest subscribers to our YouTube channel. So I want to give a big shout out to Kadeem Gomez, JJ, and Peggy McDonald, T Jr., Henry J. Kalima, Lighty Kid, and Kevin Ostering. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button. Okay, so the biggest show of the year for New Japan Pro Wrestling each year, of course, is Wrestle Kingdom. And it used to be a one-night show. Now it's become a two-night show. This year it's going to be a three-night show. We're gonna do a preview and predictions of night 1 and 2. Because night 3 is going to be actually New Japan Pro Wrestling versus Pro Wrestling Noah. So I'll do a preview predictions on that separately. But we have day 1 and 2, which is January 4th and 5th, taking place at the Tokyo Dome. Lots of great action, lots of great matches. This is going to be just a spectacular card of professional wrestling. I look forward to Wrestle Kingdom each and every year because they deliver each and every year. New Japan Pro Wrestling delivers each and every year, and this year is going to be no exception. So let's get right into the matches and talk about it for a bit, and I'll give you my predictions. Okay, so first match on day 1, actually, as I said, January 4th and 5th. It's going to be a New Japan Rambo, which is basically a Royal Rumble type match where every minute at 1 minute intervals we have a new competitor coming to the ring. So New Japan Rambo to determine who will challenge for the provisional KOPW 2022 trophy on night 2. Toriano was the winner of the 2021 trophy, held it throughout the year. And I wasn't a fan of these matches because they were just basically silly comedy matches in my opinion. I just wasn't a fan. But you could expect Toriano to be involved here. You could expect the participants are to be announced, but you could expect Toriano, Chase Owens, Yoshinobu Kanemaru should be involved. And I'm sure there's gonna be other trying to think who else might be involved. Well, there's gonna be a bunch of lower card or mid card talent involved in this match. I hope Toriano doesn't get to the finals to challenge for to the final match to challenge for the KOPW 2022 trophy. I hope it's more serious this year because as I said, last year was with Toriano was the last match he had with Kanemaru was a drinking contest match, basically. Every 2 minutes intervals, they each had to take a drink of whiskey. It was stupid, just stupid. So hopefully they get a little more serious this year and they cut out the comedy. But I wouldn't be surprised if Toriano wins the whole thing. So I think the last 2 participants will challenge. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to take a look at so it's the last 2 participants, the last 2 the last 2 participants left in this New Japan Rambo will challenge, then will face off against each other next night, and the winner will get the provisional KOPW 2022 trophy and defend it throughout the year. So hopefully it's not Toriano, but I have a gut feeling. I have a gut feeling it's going to be Toriano or Chase Owens. So, all right. So, but then we kick off. That's the pre-show, and then we kick off the actual show with an absolute tremendous matchup. Former teammates, now bitter enemies. It's going to be Yo going 1-on-1 with Sho. This is going to be just a fantastic match. They've met each other before, and they had just an absolute barn burner of a match, and this is gonna be no exception. This is gonna be the same. This is gonna be a tremendous match. Yo coming off the Super Junior finals, tremendous finals match against Hiromu Takahashi. He was unsuccessful in winning the Super Juniors. Of course, Takahashi went on to win, but it was just a tremendous match between Yo and Takahashi, and Sho actually got involved in that match as well. But now we got Yo versus Sho. Again, this should be outstanding opener. I'm going to go with Sho. I think they're pushing Sho to be a future New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. I'm going with Sho. Sho's going to be with Dick Togo. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Show in this one. Wouldn't be surprised if Yo wins, but if I had to make a pick, I'm gonna go with a Show to defeat Yo in the opening match. Then we have a six-man tag match. It's gonna be Hiroshi Tanahashi teaming with Raisuke Taguchi, Rocky Romero taking on Bullet Club, the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion Kenta, Taji Ishimori, and El Phantasmo. This is just the prelude to the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship match on night two, which Kenta will defend against Hiroshi Tanahashi, the guy he took the title from. This should be a really good match as well. I'm going to go with Bullet Club, Kenta, Taji Ishimori, and El Phantasmo to be victorious here. I think Kenta is going to get the victory over Taguchi. He's going to we'll get the victory over Taguchi there and then he's going to have a stare down with Tanahashi and then it's on tonight too. But this should be a really good match as well. But I'm going Bullet Club, Kenta, Taji Ishimori, and El Phantasmo to be victorious. Fourth match, Los Ingobernables de Japan, Tetsuya Naito, Sanada, and Bushi taking on the United Empire, Will Ospreay, Great-O-Khan, and Jeff Cobb. Of course, on night two, there's going to be singles matches. Naito is taking on Jeff Cobb, and Sonata is taking on the Great-O-Khan. No way United Empire is losing this match. Usually, if Bushi's involved in a match, he's the one taking the pinfall. Especially if it's a six-man or eight-man tag match. If Bushi's involved, he's normally the one taking the pinfall. Will Ospreay's not gonna. Will Ospreay's not taking the loss here because he's got the big title match on night two. Great-O-Khan's not taking the loss here because it'll make him look bad. I mean, going into his match against Sonata, and Jeff Cobb definitely not taking the loss here for his team because they're really pushing Jeff Cobb to be a monster heel. Then you got Tetsuya Naito, Sonata. They can't take the loss either because they have to look strong for the next night in their singles matches. So obvious choice here is Bushi. Bushi taking the loss. So United Empire wins the match. I'm going with Ospreay, Great-O-Khan, and Jeff Cobb to be victorious over Los Ingobernables de Japan. Then we have Katsuyori Shibata making his return to professional wrestling after being out for a couple of years due to injury, due to a head injury, and he received. If you remember, he got the concussion, and he had head I forgot exactly what it was, but it was a major head injury. And then he wasn't medically cleared to wrestle, but he's making his return to wrestling here at Wrestle Kingdom. It's not going to be an actual match. It's going to be under catch wrestling rules, meaning strikes will be prohibited. So they're keeping Shibata safe. He doesn't have an opponent yet. It says to be announced. I'll be honest, I have no clue. I have no clue who his opponent's going to be. It could be a young lion. They could bring in one of the young lions to wrestle Shibata. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the young lions, but at this point, I'm not sure who it's going to be. But Shibata is going to be victorious. Shibata did indicate that he wants to make a full-time return to the ring. If he's medically cleared, if he's going to remain safe, I'm all for it. But if there's any chance of him being permanently injured or even being injured worse than he already was, I would say I'm not for it. But if he's medically cleared and he can remain safe, that's why I'm glad they're doing strikes will be prohibited, so he can't get hit in the head or anything like that. So it's going to be catch wrestling rules. So we'll see. I think I think it's probably going to be one of the young lions. One of the young lions are going to come out, and Shibata will get a quick victory over the young lion. Match 6 is going to be a singles match for the never open weight championship. The champion Tomohiro Ishii going one-on-one with Evil. Ishii winning the belt in the States, defeating Jay White, but now he's back in Japan defending against Evil, which is going to be a tremendous. Anytime Tomohiro Ishii steps in the ring, it's just magic, and this is he's gonna make magic with Evil. Don't want to sound corny, but he's gonna this is gonna be just another tremendous match as well. They got a great lineup here of terrific matches. This is going to be a back and forth banger of a match. It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a brawl. It's going to go on for I think it's going to go on for about 20, 30 minutes, this match. But I have a feeling Evil is going to take the never openweight championship. So I'm picking Evil to defeat Tomohiro Ishii for the never openweight title. Match 7, we have a tag team match for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. The champions are Dangerous Tekkers, Tai Chi and Zack Sabre Jr. Will be defending against the winners of the World Tag League, Chaos, Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, and again, this is going to be another absolutely fantastic match. Goto and Hashi were just absolutely brilliant in the World Tag League. And Tai Chi, Zack Sabre Jr. also a great tag team. I'm going with a title change here. I'm going with a title change. I think Goto and Yoshihashi are going to be going to defeat Tai Chi and Zack Sabre Jr. We're going to have new IWGP Tag Team Champions, Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. Again, this is going to be a fantastic match. It's going to be spectacular. There's going to be a lot of false finishes in this match. I'm predicting there's going to be a lot of suspense. It's going to be just an absolutely brilliant, spectacular match. But in the end, I'm going with Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi to win the IWGP Tag Team Championship. And then we got the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line as El Desperado takes on the winner of the Super Junior Tournament, Hiromu Takahashi. It's going to be a great one, but Takahashi never actually lost the belt. He had to relinquish it due to injury. I really felt that Takahashi was going to have the belt for quite some time. Unfortunately, he had to relinquish it due to injury. Takahashi take the belt back here. Hiromu Takahashi is victorious and becomes the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. And I'm predicting after he wins here, Sho comes out and attacks Takahashi and sets up a program between Takahashi and Sho for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. So that's my prediction there. Then in the main event, this is the match. So many great matches on this card. This main event is going to be a 5-star war, in my opinion. Shingo Takagi, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, defending against Kazuchika Okada. Enough said. Okay. Enough said. This is going to be just, like I said, a 5-star war. This is, it's a match that you have to see. This is a match that you're going to have to see. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And that's all I'm going to say. You just look at who's involved in the match, and it's going to be an absolute fantastic, spectacular war for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. My prediction here, I'm going with Kazuchika Okada to defeat Takagi to become the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. I'm going with Okada to defeat Takagi. So Okada will go on tonight to defend the title against Will Ospreay. So that's my pick there. But this night one's going to be absolutely just fantastic. Then we have night two. My goodness, more fantastic matches. So they have the pre-show. It says here to be announced versus to be announced. Probably going to be Young Lion versus Young Lion in that one. So, and I made a mistake. I'm looking at it here now. I made a mistake. Right? I was talking about the KOPW 2022 provisional trophy match. It's going to be the last four participants left in that New Japan Rambo, which is the Royal Rumble match. Basically, the last 4 competitors left in that match will have a fatal 4-way match to determine who wins the trophy. I said the last 2, it's the last 4. Made a mistake there, sorry. Just see it here now, so I'm just correcting my mistake. So the pre-show is probably going to be a Young Lion versus Young Lion. It's not indicated here. So we go on to match 2, night 2. It's going to be Robbie Eagles and Tiger Man. It's going to be a 3-way match actually for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. The champions Robbie Eagles and Tiger Mask taking on Bullet Club's cutest tag team, Taisha Ishimori, El Phantasmo versus the Mega Coaches Raisuke Taguchi and Rocky Romero. This is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be hard to pick. Robbie Eagles, Tiger Mask, they're a decent team. I'm gonna have to go with Taji Ishimori and El Phantasmo, Bullet Club's cutest tag team, to regain the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, which I think will be for the third time for them. So I'm gonna go with Ishimori and Phantasmo, but I wouldn't be shocked if Taguchi and Romero win the match. I do feel that Eagles and Tiger Mask will lose the title in this match. But I'm going to go with Ishimori and Phantasmo to regain the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. But it should be a great match to officially open the show. And then we have a starter match: Mayu Iwatani and Starlight Kid taking on Tam Nakano and Saya Kamitani, which should be a very interesting match. I'm going to admit I'm not too familiar. I'm familiar with Mayu Iwatani. But I'm not too familiar with the Stardom matches, the Stardom talent. Because I am familiar with Mayu Iwatani, I'm going to go with Iwatani and Starlight Kid to win the match. But I'm sure it's going to be a great one. And then we have a fatal four-way match, as I mentioned earlier, for the provisional KOPW 2022 trophy. I don't know who's going to be it. Probably Toriano is going to be involved, as I said. Kanemaru, Chase Owens. I'm going to pick Chase Owens. We could see Bad Luck Folly might be involved in this as well. That's another one. It could be Bad Luck Folly. I don't know. I'm going to go with either Chase Owens. I don't even know if Bad Luck Folly's involved. I don't know if Chase Owens is involved, but I'm going to pick Chase Owens to win this trophy, and hopefully we won't get just a year's worth of comedy matches for this title, for this trophy, I should say. Match number 5 is going to be House of Torture Evil, Yujiro Takahashi and Sho defending the never openweight 6-man championship against a team of Chaos, Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, and Yo. This is going to be another terrific match. Goto and Yoshihashi, I feel, will be the IWGP Tag Team Champions. I'm picking Evil, Takahashi, and Sho to retain the title. This is going to be another great one as well. Let me think about that for a second. If Sho defeats Yo on night 1, actually, I'm changing my pick here. I think Sho's going to beat Yo on night 1, but I think Yo's going to get a little bit of revenge here in this match. And I'm picking Goto, Yoshihashi, and Yo to win the never open weight 6-man. That'd be interesting. But then you got Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi as the IWGP. Yeah, now I'm going to go with Goto, Hashi, and Yo to win the. Actually, I'm sorry. Timeout. No, I'm sticking with Evil, Takahashi, and Sho. Evil, Takahashi, and Sho to retain the never openweight 6-man tag team championship. So that's my final pick, but it's going to be a great one as well. I'm sure Yo's going to go right after Sho, but this should be a terrific one. But I'm going to go with Evil, Takahashi, and Sho to retain the never openweight 6-man tag team titles. Then we have Then we have the rest of the cards, all singles matches. We have Sonata going 1-0 with Great O'Khan. Should be a great one as well. I know they're building up. They want to build up the Great O'Khan, but I don't think it's going to be at the expense of Sonata. I think they're trying. They want to build Sonata up to be a top challenger for the IWGP World Heavyweight World Championship. So I don't think Sonata is going to defeat them. I don't think Great O'Khan is going to defeat Sonata here, so I'm going to go with Sonata to defeat Great O'Khan. But it's going to be just a fantastic match between the two. Then we have Tetsuya Naito 1-on-1 with Jeff Cobb. What can I say? They're building Jeff Cobb up to be a monster heel, and Tetsuya Naito is standing in his way, and it would be awesome for Jeff Cobb to get that victory over Tetsuya Naito. As I said earlier, as I just said, Great O'Khan, they want to build Great O'Khan up, but it's not going to be at the expense of Sonata. They want to build Jeff Cobb up, and I think it's going to be at the expense of Tetsuya Naito. They want to build him up as a monster heel. So I'm picking Jeff Cobb to beat Tetsuya Naito, and this one in what's going to be just an absolutely fantastic match as well. Then we have the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship in a no disqualification match. Kenta one-on-one with the guy he took the title from, Hiroshi Tanahashi. This should be, I'm using this word a lot, but this is going to be a great one as well. This 2 nights of just absolutely fantastic matches. They had a great match when Kenta defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi to win the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. That was a great match as well, and this rematch is going to be absolutely fantastic as well. I'm picking Kenta to retain. I think Kenta is going to retain the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship in a terrific match against Tanahashi. And I can see Kenta going back to the States and going maybe to AEW or even Impact Wrestling and defending the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. Definitely on New Japan Pro Wrestling strong, but I can see him bringing the title back to the States and defending it there. No, Tanahashi could do the same thing, but I'm going to pick IWG. I'm going to pick Kenta to retain 100%. Then the main event, I picked Kazuchika Okada to defeat Shingo Takagi. So it will, in my prediction, Okada will be taking on Will Ospreay. Whoever wins between Takagi and Ospreay will defend against Will Ospreay on night 2. So as I picked Okada versus Will Ospreay, this is going to be another. It's going to be tough for Okada on night 1 to have a all out war with Takagi for the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and then go the next night. It's going to be tough for either one of them, and to go the following night and have to repeat the same thing against not a fresh Will Ospreay. He's going to be involved in a 6-man tag team match, but a more refreshed, I should say, Will Ospreay. So it's going to be tough, but I think Okada is going to be the man again. I think Okada is going to defeat Will Ospreay in night 2, in what's going to be another absolutely. I think it's going to go close to the time limit. I think it's I don't know if there's a time limit. Usually there's like a 60-minute time limit. Sometimes there's no time limit, but I think it's going to be a 60-minute time limit. But it's going to go close to 60 minutes, in my opinion, and it's going to be just another absolute war. I'm so excited for these two shows. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's a shame I'm not going to be able to watch it as it's happening, because I have to work on January 4th or 5th. But I'll just have to stay off social media. But I'm going with Okada to win the whole thing. Okada is going to win both matches, and Kazuchika Okada is going to be the man again in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think he's going to hold that title for quite some time. So I'm going with Kazuchika Okada to defeat Will Ospreay on night 2 in another absolute all-out war. And that's it. What can you say? Wrestle Kingdom is going to be an absolutely brilliant, spectacular show. Can't wait for it. Kazuchika Okada, I think, as I said, is going to reign supreme. And of course, there's a night 3, January 8th, where the stars of New Japan Pro Wrestling take on the stars of Pro Wrestling Noah. I'll do a little preview and prediction show on that as well. I'll do a separate show. We're going to leave it at that for now. So don't forget, though, January 4th and 5th, Wrestle Kingdom on New Japan Pro Wrestling World. I believe it's on Fight TV as well if you want to order it as a straight pay-per-view. But it's going to be 2 spectacular nights of spectacular wrestling. Absolutely. Can't wait. Okay, so that's it for my New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 16 preview and prediction show. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'll be back later today. I'm sure news is going to break. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.